greatest driver.
Faustino.
Yeah.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Natalie.
owes me $5.
Babe.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Couple safety rules, guys. Right above your head, running down the center of the tram, there's a red plastic cord. That is the emergency cord. So if you have an emergency, if you feel bad, if you drop something from the tram, do not jump out. Just pull the emergency cord. I will go get it for you. We ask that you remain seated, arms and legs inside, refrain from smoking, and be prepared for just about anything, including loud noises, fire effects, sudden unexpected tram movements, and the possibility of getting wet. So make sure you keep your cameras nice and dry. If you got a selfie stick with you, just keep it down for the studio tour so you don't hit your neighbor in the head, right? It's the nice thing to do out there when we're going into the studio. The real deal.
I'll hold you.
Universal Pictures been making them since 1912.
Uh-oh. You better hold them, okay? Don't want you to fall.
A man by the name of Laemmle, he wanted to make a movie making the city, and he did just that. He started over on the East Coast, quickly realized the weather was awful, and moved to Los Angeles in 1915, where he could film all year round. Proof of that, the movie Timeline, off to both sides of the tram, some of the bigger films we've worked on. But no matter how much time goes by, my favorite film, still a black and white classic.
I have the room ready for you, Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Will.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, John. It's very nice. Hello.
Yes?
Honey bundle champagne sent to the room, please. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Ooh, look at that Martha. Say Martha. Martha? Martha. Yeah.
And there you have it, guys. Not exactly a classic, right? But it's a great example of where we film a lot of movies and TV shows. So these are these huge stages where we build sets for shows and for movies. Soundstage 20, we happen to have about 28 of them. The first you'll see is Soundstage 12, home to The Voice.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot.
There you have it. If you watch The Voice, they do have a live audience, so you can get the tickets online. They're free. And then we fill up the trams with the audience. We bring them down here, open up the gates, and let you guys out. It's actually open, so you can see a little bit of it. They're setting up for a couple episodes of The Voice, but that stage has been around since the late 20s, so everything you see up on your screen was built inside stage 20, or 12, excuse me, at one point.
Right.
It really does give you an idea of the sort of versatility that the stages allow for. So basically we can build anything we want in there, right? We wait for a production, they come and rent out the stage, that's what it looks like. It has the huge stage, padded walls, and then you let us know what you want on the inside, right? Is it a jungle, the surface of the moon? Whatever it is that you need, we can build from the ground up. There's actually some movement here, which is strange on the weekends, to be honest. There's not a lot of filming that happens on the weekends, but it looks like there is some action going on here near stage 20. There was a red flashing light. You can see it at the door there. That's called a wigwag light. And when that's flashing, that means they're literally in the middle of a shot. So the door is locked. So it says, hey, don't come in right now because you'll ruin the sound, right? Which is a big reason they use sound stages, is everything is soundproof. You'll see Colony up here. We're shooting out on the front line. This is all inside of a stage, this police precinct. And stage 17 and 16 off to the left-hand side, home to Superstore. It is a comedy that follows the life of the employees at this fake store, right? It's called Cloud9, and it kind of looks like a Walmart. It is entirely inside of those two stages, as well as stage 21, which is right up ahead of us. Stars America Ferrera and Ben Feldman.
Let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
There you have it, guys. Now these productions, all of the stages have those big sliding doors. You can see 21, the door is a little bit open. That's called an elephant door. The reason it's called an elephant door is because in the 20s, when movies were silent, they used to use live animals in the films to try and make them a little bit more interesting. So they needed to time a lot of big stars throughout the years. As we make our way through the studio, I would encourage you to look at the trailers, look at the parking plaques spots right in front of the trailers because the parking spaces give away the actors and the filmmakers that park there on a regular basis. It is the real deal. There's some trailers there. Mindy Kaling being one of her trailers, right? She's a pretty big deal. She creates a lot. She had her own show, The Mindy Project, and now she has a new one called Champions. They say the bigger the trailer, the bigger the star. I believe that. I believe that because I saw Vin Diesel's trailer when they were filming The Fate of the Furious, and it was 3 stories tall. So that'll just give you an idea of what's possible out here. Now the trailers, they weren't always mobile. They were at one point fixed dressing rooms in every studio, and that's what you're seeing here off to the left-hand side. These little bungalows, which are now offices to writers and directors. These were once dressing rooms. So the way it would work is if you were an actor, you would sign a contract, right, with Universal, and they'd say, okay, your contract is for the next 5 years, so you have this bungalow for the next 5 years, and they have kitchens, they have showers with tubs, the whole thing, right? You could stay there if you needed to. For us, those contract players were people like Lucille Ball, Jimmy Stewart, Rock Hudson. Those guys would be here on a regular basis. Now it's Steven Spielberg, right? Big filmmakers, Laemmle Productions, Illumination Entertainment, the Minions, the creators there. Off to the left, 5185, that was Alfred Hitchcock's office. So if you like those classic horror movies, that is where a lot of that was conceived. And a lot of action out here, folks. You're gonna see, this is the world of dance. All these folks that are hanging out outside these stages. Stage 22 and 23, they look a little different, right? They have a lobby up front, but there's 2 stages right behind them. Will and Grace in 22, 23, World of Dance, and those are the folks that you're seeing out here. World of Dance does shoot on the weekends, which is pretty rare, but I think my theory is the show is created by J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and my theory is girl has a lot on her plate, so she needs to work even on the weekends, and that's what's going on. So again, all the parking spaces there are taken up by some of the judges, like Neo. If you watch the show, he's one of the judges. All of this parking out on the street, that's exactly what that is for the World of Dance. You'll also see some tents out here at our Metropolitan sets, which we're going to drive through. It's designed to be in Metropolitan City, but right now we're using it as holding for the dancers on a World of Dance. It's a competitive dance show, and they, sometimes you'll see them out here working on their choreography, and then they walk them over when they're ready. So this area very, very busy, not just only for the World of Dance, but productions like Hairspray. Last year they were out here using the city as Baltimore.
Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door.
And when we drive through it right now, you are going to see them dressing the set, decorating the set. We are right in the midst of what's called pilot season, which means they are starting to create new shows, and so in order to pitch the new show, they have to create the first episode. They call that a pilot. Once they shoot it, they show it to the network says yay or nay, and then they either continue or they don't, right? So they're working on a pilot right now out here on the streets of New York. You will see a little bit of it off to the right-hand side, full-fledged production, right? They do have light fixtures, all those street lamps, the fire hydrants, those are all props. They literally put them there yesterday. If you kick one of those light posts, they'll just fall right on over. It's completely hollow, tiny little light bulb. These blue tents that you're seeing here, this is where, actually it says it right there in the background, that's where the extras are. Whenever you see blue tents, those guys are sitting there all day long waiting for somebody to tell them, hey, walk from this point of the sidewalk to that point of the sidewalk. And they do that all day long. You'll see them testing out the street light right there on the corner, a couple of picture cars, vehicles. Oh, it looks like something violent, because that car has a machine gun strapped to the hood of it. So whatever it is, someone is going to get shot up, it looks like. This area also seen in the superhero movies, Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, the Transformers guys. I hate to tell you they're neighbors, but they are, and they live right by Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
There you have it, guys. Those look pretty real, right, on screen? And just like that, we're gonna get away from the concrete jungle because I got a real jungle I want to show you. Little place called Skull Island where King Kong lives right around the corner.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to the Lost Island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
Ready? Better put your glasses on.
So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to...
Alrighty folks, make sure you have those glasses nearby. Hang on to any loose items and your loved ones because we are going in.
We're back in Skull Island.
Just one of the world's largest attractions. So hang on to your 3D glasses. You will be meeting them. Hang on to those glasses. Okay, that's Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson. And King Kong, actually, Kong is played by an actor. It's a man who plays Kong. His name is Andy Serkis, and he's out in theaters right now. If you guys have watched Black Panther, he's the bad guy. He's the Scottish guy with the fake arm. That's Andy Serkis. He is also King Kong. So good guy, bad guy, he struggles. And if you look closely as we make our way through our European sets, you're going to see that it's currently decorated. This is for a TV series that is on the air right now on NBC. They have stores like All Chocolate Everything. There's a clothing shop called Everything Fits, right? Perfect Heaven. That's right. It's the afterlife in The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom.
are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this.
You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
There you have it. They shoot here on a weekly basis, and a lot of times people will ask me after the tours, wait, but so if they actually film here, how come the tours get to drive by? Well, the truth is we have 100 different ways to get around the studio, so they reroute us pretty often, or they ask us to go on quiet zones, so we can drive by but off the microphone, and it happens here all the time. Off to the left, you're going to see the set for Home and Family. They film here every single day, and sometimes even on the weekends. It's a talk show on the Hallmark Network, but they do like when we swing by. So sometimes we just swing by, the guests will stand up and wave and kind of try and get on the show. But there you have it.
Family. Hi, Universal Studio fans. I'm Mark Steinis.
And I'm Debbie Matenopoulos.
Come with us as we go behind the scenes with your favorite actors, musical performers, and celebrity chefs.
Plus amazing DIYs, fun fashions, and so much more.
So usually that's what happens. We just swing by, I get off the microphone, you get to see the action, and then you're set to go. If they shoot inside stages, it's a little bit more difficult, right? Because we can't really see inside. But sometimes we get to drive inside, and this is very rare. This never happens. It just happens to be that this stage has a track down the center because of what it's normally used for. It's designed to look like a metro station, but this is a stage just like the other ones we saw in the front line. So if the production were done, we would take a hammer to the set and it'd just go back to being an empty stage. But Soundstage 50 is used so frequently because it is very difficult to actually shoot in a real metro station, right? So this is a great asset. You may have seen it on an episode of Bones.
He looks very upset.
When I talked to him, he said the guy died in his arms.
That's with the FBI?
Yeah, yeah, we hear about the...
Looks pretty great, right?
That's him. Right over there.
With the except... Sorry about that. Welcome to California. What are you going to do? So, with the exception... These are mixed.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes these vehicles won't even have engines, folks. Sometimes we'll pull the car from the front bumper to make it a little bit easier on the actor involved in the scene.
Hello.
And towards the end of the line, you'll see some military vehicles they use in Transformers and going up against the Decepticons, right? Need a tank, but that tank is made out of plywood, guys, so be careful. It is not going to get you very far, but it looks nice. It looks nice, right? And sometimes they go as far as showing you what kind of car, what make it is, right? That's on purpose. That's called product placement. You'll see it here off to the right-hand side. That's a Mercedes-Benz Jeep that they used in the jungles of Jurassic Park. Probably like the one you want, right? The one you want to get you in and out of trouble with the dinosaurs.
To Jurassic Park.
The Lost World Jurassic Park. They claimed it was a jungle island off the coast of Costa Rica, but really it was here and in parts of Hawaii. Some of the actual prop pieces used in the film, including the mobile lab off to the left-hand side. And the cages are empty. Yeah, I know, I apologize. The dinosaurs got out last night. I know that's what a coincidence, right? But they really did just last night. It's just the little ones. It's absolutely nothing to worry about. If you were to see one, I would say, hey, just snap a picture, right? Very, very rare. A rare sighting of the Spinosaurus.
See that, Manila? See that?
Off to the left, you'll see some foam rubber tree trunks, guys. That's exactly the type of tree trunk we used in the film, fake ones, right? With wheels and handles that we can push from stage to stage. And then we made it rain in the movie every time the T-Rex showed up. You'll see the scene here. T-Rex shows up, pushes the mobile lab off a cliff. Starts raining. Very well choreographed. Fortunately, We've got friends in high places, friends that could make it rain at any given moment. People like America's favorite weatherman, Al Roker.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street. And we've got a high chance of clouds and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the line.
Well, Al, I got a feeling a little thunder, a little lightning. It may just start raining. This is how we make it rain in the movies, folks. It is a very sophisticated technique called a sprinkler. If you have one at home, just put it right on the roof. It'll look great. It is sort of patchy, right? It's not exactly raining evenly. That's okay, it's not going to. In a film, it'll only rain right above the actor. Everywhere else, it could be nice and dry, right? No big deal. If you do want to wet everything, and I did say you were going to get wet, so I want to keep my promises early on. You just have to release thousands of gallons of water from the top of the hill, and I have. So you're welcome. And we're going to show you what a little flood looks like here in sunny California. Big Fat Liar used it in a little chase sequence. Lady Gaga used it in a music video called Judas. She actually stood in the flood herself, and then she danced all through Mexico here. This is where most of that music video took place. This is also home to Nacho Libre. If you like Nacho, this is where he lives. This is where the bad guys were in Three Amigos, and Guapo was right out here in the streets of Mexico. Also, if you watch Westworld, they did a Dia de los Muertos event right out here, very, very close to the border. And once you cross over, guys, it is home to the Cowboys. John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Clint Eastwood, Jimmy Fallon.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
6 Points, Texas. There you have it. Actually, right now they have a piece of set dressing, decoration, right? Props, the barrels, all that stuff. Those are considered props, but there's something that you might not even think about is the dirt. There's no dirt out here right now. We don't have dirt in the studio until they call for it. Then you have to go to a company and rent it. And they bring it, yes, they will pick it up when it's done. They pick it up and they take it back. It's a special type of Hollywood dirt so that when the cowboys and the horses walk over it, it doesn't get into the air, mess up the camera. So we use it all the time. The Westerns, obviously, sometimes out in the streets of New York if it's supposed to be in a different time period. And we also use it over in our European sets. Our European sets. There was the only way out. Except for the stairs, we could take the stairs off to the right hand side. Oh no! Congratulations, folks, you just survived an earthquake. 8.3 on the Richter scale. That is a large scale mechanical effect we use for disaster films. You, however, are the worst actors I've seen in my entire life. Lots of laughing, very inappropriate for an earthquake.
What's going on?
Yeah.
There you have it. Oh my goodness, it's just around 10:30, guys. It's breakfast time. That's bananas. Give me a second. They're actually going to feed the shark here. So I thought, let's swing on by, watch the folks at Amity, throw a little bait in the water. No big deal. Don't be alarmed. The shark does not get out of the water. So long as you don't jump in, there's no problem here, okay? We got trained professionals out here, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We do have to feed the shark incredibly active metabolism with this guy, so just keep it. Look at that. Perfect. Slowly approaching the diver there. Like I said, trained professional. Do not be alarmed. It's perfect.
Oh, he's gonna eat that guy.
Beautiful. Great. Fantastic. All right. I said we were going to feed the shark, guys. I didn't say how. I just said that we were going to. So we'll keep on moving, okay? Keep you guys nice and safe. Nice and safe behind these flammable gas tanks. Just stop here for a second. We'll look over. Oh, actually, over by that yellow barrel. You'll see him kind of messing with it there a little bit. Oh my goodness. That feels nice. Right? Love it. Look beyond the flames at that yellow barrel. You're going to see that great white jump up. He's out there. Very scary. Very scary. Look at it. The only shark in the world that can do the backstroke. This goes right back into place. It's a great white plastic shark we've been afraid of all our lives. Bruce, that's his name. Jaws the movie. Bruce is the name of the shark. Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce in honor of his attorney, which is not nice, but that's what he did. And the name has gone on. If you've seen Disney's Finding Nemo, the shark's name is Bruce, in honor of the original shark from Jaws. Watch it again, the movie. You'll notice you hardly ever see the shark. You see the fin and you hear the music, but you don't see the shark hardly at all because the first day of filming, the shark sank to the bottom of the ocean.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. The shark woke up a while ago and it was called mine. So I go over to the spot.
And there he is, the shark. A monster of sorts, right? Not so bad, but it is very sweet. It's kind of like a dollhouse. You can film on the inside, which is great. We do have a few full neighborhoods if you need one. You'll see the New York Film Academy here off to the left-hand side. Those are student filmmakers, and we are currently ruining their shot, but that's okay. Just wave and say hello. They are out on Wisteria Lane, which is home to the Desperate Housewives. If you guys, what is it? Give me just a second here, guys. That's I don't think that has anything to do with the New York Film Academy.
This is security. What's going on, Studio Tour?
Hey, but listen, it's Natalie. We're just going by Wisteria Lane, and there is a black Dodge Charger down there. Looks pretty suspect.
Okay, Tour.
Yeah.
I'll send someone down to check it out.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that, guys. That's a really yeah. But we'll just move on. This is the neighborhood that they were filming in. Again, just a regular suburban neighborhood. I don't see any Dodge Chargers there, so it's a good thing I called that in. But that's Wisteria Lane. They were out there for about 8 years. Again, it's just a regular neighborhood. You've seen the same street a bunch of different times. A few other films that used it. if you do need a neighborhood that's a little bit different, you kind of have to build it, right? And that was the issue that we had when we were creating the set for The Grinch. Ron Howard had to build Whoville from the ground up.
Mr. Grinch.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
You're a bad banana.
Huge neighborhood, not just this, obviously. There were 10 stages downstairs that were filled with some more Who neighbors. Although I haven't seen them in a while, the Who's, that is. I don't blame them. This is a really poor piece of real estate. They're right next door to a total psycho. There it comes.
We all go on that sometimes.
This is crazy, guys. I apologize. I'm gonna have to call security again. I don't know what's going on over here. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to get this guy on the line. I got nothing, folks. This is not. We are gonna have to get out of this situation pretty quickly here. Listen, take it easy, relax. That is a really sharp jacket you got there, bud. Would not want that jacket to get dirty, so just stay right there. Take it easy. We're gonna make our way up the psychopath here. No big deal. Pass by your mom's house. Say hi. She's usually up on that second story window. Do you want to say hi? Looking away, and I don't blame her. She's got a real big mess in her backyard. This is the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
Yeah, to sit down and talk about your look. That's not what the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood. Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. That's it. Now listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay. Got them closed?
Robbie, get in. Get in.
It is a real plane. That's a 747. Nothing happened to it. We made it look like that. $60,000 in tax, $200,000 to get it out here looking like that. So that's pretty cool. There was actually another plane out here about 2 years ago in front of that big blue wall off to the right. You'll kind of see it as we kind of make our way around the corner. There's pavement in front of it. It's kind of a pit. You fill that with water, and it's an ocean, or in this case, the Hudson. Very, very cool once you see it in the film Sully. The blue wall is essentially the city that you're going to see here, but the water and the plane, that's all right in front of that big blue wall, which is bananas to think, but that is the truth of it, guys. That is Hollywood.
Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
Move! After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime! Out! Come to the left! This nigga moving fast enough! Moving, Lenny, hook him up! Now we're moving!
Guys, look out!
is supercharged. That's his fire. Every time.
Like it? Yeah.
Know the job, everybody. You've protected the witness and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys tried hard.
No, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle.
What?
And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger.
Great.
Other than that,
hey,
enjoy the ride.
Gentlemen,
This is not your jurisdiction.
We are driving into a building.
I'm so tired of you snake guys
If
stepping
one
in.
of you could just
Whatever
communicate
you
with me,
feel
that
like
would
you
be good. No. Wait. I don't even know if I can be, to be honest with you. I just need to know what we're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna make this really easy for you.
Go ahead.
Who do you trust more?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Or Mrs. Puskins here?
You want me to mute him? Give me a second. I don't even know how to do that. Hold on. There you go.
That's better.
So where are we?
We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business.
So what?
Mom's out.
Wait a second. What do we do? What do we do? Hello? Great. Perfect. Guys, we are going to figure this out together. I would not say this is a great secret location because I hear music in the background, which is not conducive of a good hiding place. But
my name is Roman Pierce.
Hey.
Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while, so we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys. We're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay.
Everybody out! The FBI! Turn the music off!
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other girls?
Roman Pierce, FBI, on the ground. On the ground, do it now.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
On the ground, right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss. You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, drive your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Well, they I did say it was about to get interesting. You know what that means? Throw those 3D glasses